question answers now. How is food translocated in the plant? This you have to note down. Those who are having the old textbook, they also please tally the answers. There are certain changes there. Any changes in the answers have been made this time. You can see the answer now. First one, transportation in plants. How it is done? So it is carried out by what? It is carried out by a vascular system, and it is containing phloem. Phloem tissue conducts the food prepared by the leaves to the other parts of the plant. And in the phloem, what is responsible is the sieve tubes. So the next line is the sieve tubes of phloem form a tube-like structure that conducts the food material in the form of plant sap. What is plant sap? That is containing water as well as minerals both together. That is called plant sap. We have done that in the topic of ascent of sap. Now we'll come to question number 2. What are the factors that affect the absorption of water? Absorption of water is affected by these 3 given factors. Next we will come state the significance of transpiration in plants. Significance is importance of transpiration. In today's class itself we have discussed. This answer is mentioned. First is cooling effect. As a result of transpiration, plants cool themselves in hot summer. Next is intake of minerals. The greater the transpiration, the greater is the rate of absorption from the soil, and absorption of water helps in the intake of dissolved minerals from the soil. The third point is elimination of excess water, extra water. So only 1% water is used by the plants for photosynthesis, while the excess water is lost by transpiration. So these are the 3 general functions of or the importance of transpiration. Next question now, what is osmosis and how it is different from diffusion? So we have made this table. This table is mentioned in the book itself also. It is given. You can draw it or you can write it from there also. And next thing what they have asked you, what is osmosis? So one thing you do, the definition I have written down. One thing you do, the definition earlier you write this table which is given here. After this definition you draw this table. I have mentioned that the definition after, because first one they are asking what is osmosis. So first you write this definition. After that you make this table. You draw this table. Next, now what is meant by active transport of mineral in plant? So active transport definition only they are asking: the movement of mineral molecules from a low concentration to a high concentration by utilizing energy. This word is important. It is done in the presence of energy only. Then it is called active transport. And the second part of this answer, in the plants the root hairs use this active transport to absorb the mineral molecules by using the energy of the cell of the root hairs by transpiration. So the minerals are absorbed along with the water by the process of active transport. The energy for the active transport for absorbing minerals is coming from the root hairs respiration. Respiration produces energy and it leads to active transport for absorbing the minerals. The next question now is question number 6. Why are the macro and micronutrients essential? So they are asking why these nutrients are needed for the plant. So first line itself the answer you can read. They are essential for the plant for what? For their growth and development. Next, second part of the question they are asking, list out the names, functions and the diseases caused by the deficiency of the macro and micronutrients. So we have to make this table. The tables are mentioned in the book itself. Now here some changes I have made in the deficiency diseases to make it easier for you to learn. You can note down the answers directly from here. This table is for the macronutrients. Apart from this table here, we have one more table. This one is for the micronutrients. Here also notice the changes and mark in your book. Iron, magnesium and zinc. Only in the deficiency diseases and functions certain changes are done so that it can be easier for you to learn. We will now move on to the next question is differentiate between the following: osmosis and diffusion. The diffusion and osmosis, this table also is given in the textbook also. Diffusion can take place in any medium, solid, liquid and gas. On the other side, osmosis can occur only in liquid medium. The second point, semi-permeable membrane is not essential here. There is no need of semi-permeable membrane for diffusion. On the second side, the presence of semi-permeable membrane is necessity. It is very much required for osmosis to take place. Second question now, ascent of sap and root pressure. What is the difference? Ascent of sap is the upward conduction of cell sap from the roots to the other part of the plant against the gravity. It is called ascent of sap. This against, you can cut this much is enough. Other part of the plant is called the ascent of sap. Next now, root pressure. Root pressure is due to the continuous inflow of water. A pressure develops in root which help in the upward movement of plant sap and it is called as root pressure. This word you can remove. It is called as root pressure. Next one now, macro and micronutrients. First one is macronutrients are required in large quantities. Examples are nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. On the other side, the micronutrients, they are required in small quantities. For example, iron, copper, and zinc. The second point is they are also called major elements. Why they are called major? Because they are needed in more quantities, large quantities. That is why macronutrients are also called major elements. On the other side, micronutrients are called trace elements because they are required in small or less quantities. The think critically questions, these also in the notebook, in the class notebook you have to write. First is, what would happen if the rate of loss of water from the leaves is higher than the rate of absorption? Means if transpiration is more and less water is absorbed. Today we have seen that if more absorption of water is happening, more transpiration is there, less absorption, less transpiration. Now they are asking a different situation. If more water is lost, water loss is more, transpiration is more, and less water is absorbed, then what will happen? In that situation, there will be shortage of water. Shortage of water will happen and the plant will dehydrate. The plant will dry. Let us read the answer. If the rate of water loss is higher than the rate of water absorption through the roots, the plant dehydrate due to shortage of water. Next, now we add fertilizers and manure into the soil for better growth of the plant. How do these minerals enter the plant? So how the minerals will enter? Minerals will dissolve in water that is available in soil, but they will enter only by the process of active transport. This diagram based question, now the answer I have mentioned here that you can note down. Then you have the homework for you for this week. The diagram numbers are mentioned here. These all diagrams you have to draw for the chapter number 1. The inside the chapter some questions are given that you have to try to solve for this week. That is your homework. In the next week, in the upcoming class, we will begin with the chapter number 2. And also we will have a review of these internal or the inside questions which are given for you to do in this week homework. We will now be moving on to the revision test. So here is the revision test paper, the assignment for you to solve for the chapter number 1. The maximum marks are 20. The questions I will read for you. The question number 1, choose the correct option. It is for 3 marks. 3 parts are there. First one is the downward movement of food in plant takes place through the xylem, phloem, lenticels or stomata. Choose the correct one. The second, the root hairs absorb water from the soil by the process of, it is osmosis or diffusion or active transport or all of them. The third one is the pressure exerted in the root is due to the continuous inflow of water is called A, root pressure, B, shoot pressure, C, cell pressure, or D, it is transpiration. What is it? The second question now is fill in the blanks for 3 marks. First, dash moves down through the phloem into the roots. Second, water moves from the soil into the root hairs by dash. And the third, absorption of water helps in the intake of dash from the soil. Next is question number 3. Give one word for the following. It carries 4 marks for these 4 parts, 1 each. First is a process of transportation of food within the plant. Second, it shows a vascular bundle responsible for conduction of water and minerals to the parts of the plant. Third, only living component of xylem tissue. And fourth, a process of loss of water from the aerial parts of the plant. Next, question number 4 is choose the odd one out. This is for 2 marks. You have to write the odd one only. No need of any scientific reason. We are not asking that. First, now, xylem, vessel, tracheids, sieve tubes. Second, temperature, relative humidity, cooling effect, wind. Find out the correct odd one out. Next, now, answer the following questions for 8 marks, 2 marks for each question. First is define osmosis. Second, what is the function of phloem tissue in the plants? Third, what is the need of transport of water in plants? The fourth question, name the minerals which constitute the macronutrients of the plants. This is all for this revision test. So today we have completed chapter 1 as well. In the upcoming class, we will be discussing about the chapter number 2 onwards. And remember the homework you have to complete and solve this revision assignment in your class fair notebook. That's all for the day. Thank you.